Somewhere in a lab in Munich, a scientist just realized that the technology they spent $100 million developing is now being sold for $24.99 on the open market. We were told the future was decades away. We were lied to. 2050 isn't coming. It's already shipping. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that the laws of physics have a price tag, and that price is less than a meal at a fast food restaurant. For decades, we were promised that the future would be a slow, expensive climb. We were told by giants like Apple, Google, and Microsoft that we would have to wait until the year 2050 for the world of science fiction to become our reality. We expected flying vehicles in our skies and neural interfaces in our skulls. But history has a funny way of leaking into the present. What if I told you that the future didn't arrive in a high-security laboratory? It arrived in a simple, unmarked shipping container, and it didn't cost $1 billion. It cost exactly $24.99. Think about the world around you right now. We assume that technology follows a predictable path. We think that big corporations decide when we get the next big thing. But right now, a silent shift has occurred in the global supply chain. In the high-tech manufacturing hubs of Tokyo, Japan, and the precision engineering labs of Munich, Germany, something remarkable is happening. Engineers are taking high-level concepts ideas that were supposed to stay hidden in research papers for decades, and they are making them accessible for the first time. They are utilizing the surplus from multi-billion-dollar AI projects. These are chips that were forged in the same facilities as NASA's deep space probes and NVIDIA's most powerful processors. But instead of being locked away, they're being repurposed into gadgets that the general public was never supposed to see this early. I spent months searching for these anomalous devices that feel like they were stolen from a timeline 30 years ahead of our own. These are not just common tools. These are fragments of a future that has already arrived. Today, we are going to dive deep into 5 brilliant inventions that feel like they belong in the year 2050. And by the end of this journey, you'll realize that the world you think you live in has already been upgraded behind your back. 4 to 9 Gadget Hasson, the Neural Signal Bridge. Let's start with our first discovery, and perhaps the most mysterious of all, the Intelligent Link, Ring. To understand why this device shouldn't exist for $19, you first have to understand how your own biology works. Every single movement you make, every twitch of a finger, every blink of an eye starts as a tiny electrical pulse within your nervous system. These are bioelectrical signals traveling at incredible speeds through your body. For over 100 years, we have used physical buttons to capture that movement. We click a mouse, we tap a screen, we swipe a glass surface. But in the year 2026, a new bridge has been built. This small, elegant ring, crafted from aerospace-grade ceramic, uses natural sensors to understand your intent before your finger even moves. It's a direct connection between your human biology and your digital life. Imagine sitting in a crowded cafe, your hands hidden in your pockets. You think about scrolling through a document, and your device responds instantly. No screens, no wires, just pure, silent intent. This is the technology that will eventually make the smartphone look like an ancient artifact from the Stone Age. Companies like Meta and Neuralink have spent billions trying to perfect this direct interface. But here it is, miniaturized and affordable. But as I tested this device, I began to wonder about the hidden cost. If this ring can listen to the electrical signals your brain sends to your hand, what else is it listening to? Are we buying a convenient gadget, or are we paying to let a global artificial intelligence map our entire nervous system? The line between human and machine is blurring, and it's happening for less than $20. This is the first step toward the integrated human era of 2050. 14. Gadget Hash2, the plasma core and the bone audio layer. But the shift doesn't stop with our bodies. It extends to the very elements we use to survive and interact with our world. Consider fire, the oldest human technology. For thousands of years, we have relied on chemical combustion. We burned wood, we burned oil, and we burned gas. But in the future world of 2050, we don't use combustion. We use ionized energy. Our second discovery is the plasma core. This device doesn't use fuel. It doesn't use chemicals. It creates a dual beam of pure plasma, the fourth state of matter, that can cut through the wind and rain of a powerful storm. It is a miniature version of the technology used by space agencies like NASA to build advanced ion thrusters for deep space travel. It is silent, it is clean, and it is infinite. How did this technology reach the consumer market so fast? Because the patents of the giants, NVIDIA, Google, and Tesla, have started to flow into the hands of independent creators. We are witnessing the democratization of science. And then, there is the bone conduction audio layer. In the future, privacy is the ultimate currency. This device bypasses your eardrums entirely. It doesn't produce sound waves in the air. Instead, it sends vibrations directly into your inner ear through your bone structure. To the person standing next to you in a quiet library, you are in total silence. To you, the experience is like a 3D cinematic orchestra playing inside your head. This isn't just a headphone, it's a sensory upgrade. It allows you to layer digital information over the real world without ever losing touch with your surroundings. This is how humans will communicate in the year 2050: silent, private, and always connected. 14. 18. The final revelation. The price of the future. As we look at these inventions, we have to ask the most important question. Why now? Why are these 2050 gadgets appearing in our world today? The answer is both exciting and terrifying. The future is no longer a destination that we are traveling toward. The future is a supply chain. We are living through a massive glitch in time. While the mainstream media talks about old problems, the real revolution is happening in the palm of your hand. As you sit there holding a device with more computing power than the entire world had just a few decades ago, realize that you are already a citizen of a new era. The gadgets we've seen today are just the beginning of a total transformation. If $25 gets us this much power today, what does the real year 2050 actually look like? Are we ready for a world where technology is invisible, cheap, and integrated into our very skin? Maybe we aren't waiting for the future to arrive. Maybe we are just waiting for our minds to accept that the future is already sitting on our desks. The era of magic is here, and it's only getting started.